Right, so this is Spring Breakers by Korine. This is going to be an interesting review. Controversial because people didn't look at this movie right. It was not a bad movie at all. Like, I enjoyed it a fair amount. People kind of went in expecting what the trailers made it look like, which was just an orgy. All in all, it was very interesting. It was really interesting. I'd say the biggest problem with this movie was the plot, which kind of is my same complaint with Prince Avalanche, but normally that would be a big concern, but there was a plot. It wasn't paced very well. Like, it just kind of moves forward really, really, really slowly, and then at the end it just goes way fast and you're just like, what happened? Yeah, all the scenes kind of flow together and there isn't much character development. Most of the characters seem very generic. The only ones that pretty much actually are people are Selena Gomez's character and James Franco. James Franco in this movie was amazing. He was so fantastic. Like, he was just crazy. You could tell he was crazy. He was weird. He was just a strange guy. The character's name is Alien. He's a rapper named Alien. Like, what are you expecting? He has all this, like, the entire monologue just, oh, look at my I got all this. Like, that was hilarious. I loved James Franco's. The other girls, I don't even remember who they were. Selena Gomez didn't do as much as I thought she was gonna do. She was one of the only distinctive characters, I thought. Then there was the girl from Pretty Little Liars, one of the girls from Pretty Little Liars, and some girl I've never heard of. And they were fine. Like, they didn't have to do much, honestly. And then, oh, Vanessa Hudgens. Vanessa Hudgens was the other one. Not the one I hadn't heard of, but she was the other one. She was probably the best of the girls, I'd say. She was probably the best of the girls. I'm just gonna go back to this, because the only actor that was really convincing, like, in my face, I was like, wow, was James Franco. He was just so convincing, and he was so crazy, and I loved it. The soundtrack was one of the high points. Like, I don't necessarily love all the music that was included in this, but it did really fit the tone well. There was, like, Skrillex, a lot of just party music, and it did work out well. And some of the songs I did like, and the one song that I think it's a Britney Spears song, but James Franco plays it on the piano and is singing it. That was awesome. That was one of my favorite scenes on the movie, actually. The cinematography was beautiful. Like, it did look really, really nice. Like, the neon, there were a lot of neon aspects, especially towards the end. There was some parts you could tell, like, this is just plain. My descriptions of cinematography always sound really weird. But there were some parts that were plain, there was a lot of contrast. I really enjoyed it. I did enjoy the movie overall. It was a bit crazy. It was definitely crazy. The acting was decent. James Franco was awesome. Good soundtrack. It looked nice. I'm gonna give it a B. So let's see what we got next. Jeez, I'm gonna roll through these, even though I have a ton to do. Prisoners. All right, so see you next time for Prisoners.